Imagine holding a piece of American history right in the palm of your hand. It's not just metal. It's a story, a symbol, and sometimes even a treasure. The U.S. half-dollar coin might seem like just another piece of change, but it carries a legacy stretching back over 2 centuries. It's been through wars, economic booms, and the rise and fall of empires. It has seen the evolution of America itself. Etched into its silver, copper, and nickel are tales of ambition, honor, and sometimes sheer luck. Now, think about this. How often do you see a half-dollar coin in circulation today? Rarely, right? But despite its disappearance from everyday transactions, this coin has never lost its importance. For collectors, history buffs, and even treasure hunters, the half-dollar is more than currency. It's an icon. Let's dive into the origins of this fascinating coin. Picture the United States in the late 1700s, fresh from gaining independence. A new nation was emerging, one that needed to establish its own identity. One of the most powerful ways to do that? Currency. In 1794, the U.S. Mint introduced the first ever half-dollar. This wasn't just any coin. It was part of the effort to create a symbol of American pride and sovereignty. The design was known as the flowing hair half-dollar. This coin featured a portrait of Lady Liberty, her hair cascading freely, symbolizing freedom and the spirit of a young nation. On the reverse, an eagle spread its wings proudly, representing strength and freedom. These first half-dollars were made of silver, real, solid silver, which today makes them incredibly valuable for collectors. Owning one is like holding a piece of the earliest days of American independence, a tangible link to the founding of a nation. But that was just the beginning. Fast forward a few years to 1796, and the design changed again. This time, the draped bust half-dollar was introduced. Imagine Lady Liberty with more refined look, draped in elegant fabric, surrounded by stars that represent the growing number of states in the Union. The eagle on the back became more sophisticated too, stronger, more majestic, with a shield on its chest. This wasn't just art. It was a statement that the United States was here to stay and grow stronger with every passing year. As time went on, the designs of the half-dollar kept evolving, each version telling its own story about the era it represented. The cap bust half-dollar arrived in 1807 and stayed in circulation until 1839. This version featured Liberty wearing a cap, a symbol of freedom and the pursuit of knowledge. The eagle became even more detailed, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbols of war and peace, showcasing America's readiness to defend itself, but also its desire for harmony. One thing that makes these early coins so fascinating is their rarity. Some versions of the draped bust or cap bust half-dollars are so scarce that finding one in good condition today can be like striking gold. Literally, collectors will pay thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars for these historic treasures. By the mid-1800s, the half-dollar took on yet another new look. Enter the seated Liberty half-dollar. Introduced in 1839, this design was iconic. Imagine Lady Liberty seated on a rock, holding a shield with one hand and a pole topped with a Liberty cap in the other. It's not just a beautiful design. It represented a time when America was expanding westward, growing rapidly, and asserting itself on the global stage. But beyond the stunning visuals, what made the seated Liberty half-dollar so special was the story behind it. This was the coin of the gold rush era. The coin carried in the pockets of pioneers, miners, and adventurers chasing their dreams across the wild American frontier. Every scratch, every worn edge on one of these coins tells a story of hardship, ambition, and the relentless spirit of exploration that defined the 19th century. And then came one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coin history, the Walking Liberty half-dollar. Introduced in 1916, this coin is often regarded as one of the most beautiful ever created by the U.S. Mint. Picture this: Lady Liberty striding forward confidently, draped in the American flag, with the sun rising behind her, a symbol of progress, hope, and freedom. This design was so iconic that it was later revived for the American silver Eagle bullion coins, which are still minted today. The reverse featured a powerful bald eagle perched on a mountain, wings partially spread, symbolizing America's strength and vigilance. But the beauty of the Walking Liberty half-dollar wasn't just in its looks. It also carried historical weight. This was the coin used during the turbulent years of the Great Depression and World War II. Every coin minted during that time holds a piece of American resilience and courage. Collectors cherish these coins not only for their stunning designs, but also for their silver content. You see, before 1965, U.S. half dollars were made with 90% silver. This makes them not just historical artifacts, but also valuable investments. Even worn examples hold value simply because of their metal content, and pristine versions? Well, those can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The next chapter in the half dollar's journey came with the Franklin half dollar. Introduced in 1948, this was the first time a non-president was featured on a regular issue U.S. coin. Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers, graced the obverse or front of the coin. Franklin wasn't just a political figure. He was a scientist, inventor, diplomat, and philosopher. Choosing him for the half dollar was a nod to his immense contributions to American society. On the reverse of the Franklin half dollar, you'll find the Liberty Bell, complete with its famous crack, symbolizing American independence and freedom. A small eagle was also added to the design, comply with a law that required the eagle to appear on U.S. coins. The Franklin half dollar was practical and simple, yet it carried deep historical meaning. But here's where it gets exciting. Despite their disappearance from daily use, half dollars have become treasures for coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Rare editions, errors in minting, and coins from specific years can be worth far more than their face value. For example, a 1964 Kennedy half dollar in pristine condition can fetch significant amounts because of its silver content and historical significance. The beauty of the half dollar isn't just in its design or value. It's in the stories it carries. Every version of the coin represents a different chapter of American history, from the early days of the Republic to modern times. It reflects moments of triumph, tragedy, and transformation. Now, imagine diving deeper into the fascinating stories hidden behind these legendary coins. Every scratch, every worn edge tells a tale of time, place, and people who once held them. For some, the half dollar was just a simple tool of transaction. But for others, it was a symbol of luck, tradition, and even national pride. Take the Kennedy half dollar, for example. It wasn't just minted to honor a beloved president. It became a national treasure the moment it was released. The coin captured a moment of profound sadness and respect for John F. Kennedy, who inspired millions with his vision for a brighter America. When the first Kennedy half dollars were struck in 1964, the demand was overwhelming. People lined up at banks just to get their hands on this new coin, not to spend it, but to cherish it, a memory frozen in silver. The design of this coin was carefully crafted to reflect dignity and strength. The profile of Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, was originally based on a portrait used for the presidential medal. On the back, the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparo, was a powerful image of leadership and unity. The eagle with outstretched wings, the olive branch in one claw and arrows in the other, represented America's commitment to both peace and strength. But there's more to the Kennedy half dollar than meets the eye. The early versions of the coin, especially those minted in 1964, were made from 90% silver. These coins hold incredible value today, not just because of their metal content, but because they capture a raw, emotional moment in American history. Collectors treasure these coins, and depending on the condition, they can fetch impressive prices on the market. Then, as silver prices began to rise, changes came quickly. From 1965 to 1970, the Kennedy half dollar's composition was reduced to 40% silver. While still valuable, these coins marked the beginning of the end for silver currency in everyday circulation. The Coinage Act in 1965 shifted America away from using precious metals in common coinage, and the half dollar was no exception. By 1971, the Kennedy half dollar had lost its silver content entirely, becoming a copper-nickel-clad coin. This change made the coin less expensive to produce, but also signaled the end of an era. Though still minted for circulation, the half dollar was no longer a common sight in everyday transactions. But for collectors and enthusiasts, the magic of the coin remains strong, with certain years, errors, and special editions continuing to hold significant value. Speaking of special editions, one moment that reignited interest in the half dollar was the bicentennial celebration of the United States. In 1975 and 1976, the U.S. Mint released a special edition Kennedy half dollar to commemorate 200 years of American independence. Instead of the usual reverse design featuring the presidential seal, this edition displayed an image of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. This design, created by artist Seth G. Huntington, was more than just a tribute to history. It was a reminder of the nation's journey, from a fledgling group of colonies to a global superpower. These bicentennial coins were issued with a special dual date, reading 1776 to 1976, marking the anniversary in a way that collectors still treasure today. While these coins were made primarily in copper-nickel clad, some special collector's editions were minted in 40% silver, adding extra value and allure for enthusiasts. But beyond these special editions, the half dollar has a world of secrets that make it incredibly fascinating for numismatists, those passionate individuals who collect and study coins. One of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting is the hunt for errors and varieties. Mistakes made during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary find worth thousands of dollars. Take, for example, the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar accented hair variety. In the initial design, Kennedy's hair had a more pronounced, detailed appearance. Later, the design was slightly modified, making this early variety a rare and valuable piece for collectors. Spotting one of these coins requires a sharp eye and a little bit of luck, but owning one, that's a dream for many enthusiasts. Another fascinating variety is the 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar double die obverse. This minting error caused some of the lettering and numbers on the front of the coin to appear doubled. While the mistake was quickly corrected, a few of these error coins made it into circulation, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Then there's a legendary 1967 SMS, special mint set, half dollar with a deep cameo finish. This variety features a stunning mirror-like background with frosted details that make the design pop. These coins were never intended for general circulation, but were instead part of a special collector's release, making them highly desirable and incredibly valuable today. But why do people chase after these coins so passionately? It's not just about the money. Though, let's be honest, finding a rare half dollar worth thousands of dollars is an exciting thought. It's about the history, the craftsmanship, and the stories behind every coin. Holding a rare half dollar connects you to the past in a tangible way. It's a piece of history that you can see, touch, and treasure. And sometimes, the thrill of collecting half dollars comes from unexpected places. For example, did you know that some half dollars have been found in shipwrecks? Coins from the 1800s, lost at sea for centuries, have been recovered from famous shipwrecks like the SS Republic, which sank in 1865. These coins, preserved beneath the ocean for over 100 years, tell stories not just of history, but of human adventure, risk, and resilience. There's also a fascinating connection between half dollars and the world of magic. Professional magicians have long used half dollars in their tricks, particularly the Kennedy half dollar, because of its size and weight. Sleight of hand performers often favor this coin for illusions involving vanishes, switches, and appearances. Its smooth edges and substantial feel make it ideal for close-up magic routines that leave audiences in awe. And let's not forget about the role of half dollars in pop culture. They've made appearances in movies, TV shows, and even literature. For example, in the world of cinema, coins have often been used as symbols of fate, luck, or destiny. The half dollar, with its size and distinctive look, often plays a starring role in scenes where a coin toss decides a character's fate. Even though the half dollar may no longer be a common sight in everyday life, its legacy remains strong. From the early days of the flowing hair half dollar to the enduring popularity of the Kennedy half dollar, this coin continues to tell the story of a nation, one flip, one toss, one collection at a time.